Not now. Got a telephone call. Oops. Hello, and welcome to episode 321 of Prog Review. And we're at the end of the Neo Prog Odyssey. No, stop clapping, stop cheering. We've enjoyed it. We've all enjoyed it. We've all had an education, haven't we? We've all learnt something. We've learnt something about neo progressive rock, and we've learnt something about ourselves. Yeah, no. And today, if you can't read the title or the description, I'm talking about Quasar. That's called a visual joke. See, Quasar. It's aftershave. That's my signature scent. Quasar. Jesus del Pozzo. Quasar. No, I'm talking about this. He says, effortlessly lifting up the album. Oh, the lyric sheet's fallen out. This one, Quasar, Fire in the Sky. Oh yes, indeed. This was, well, depending on who you read, what you read. This was released in 1981, though this says 82, and I think it might have been so it's like a private pressing. Yeah, it's an interesting band because they were formed in 1979, apparently, and this kind of various personnel changes until this lovely lot, finally settled down. We've got Keith Turner on bass. He still does the group. Cyrus Kajavi on guitar synth, Paul Vigras on vocals, Dylan Tonkin on keyboards, and David Cairns on the drums. It's only a short one. It's only a little one. Always got room for a little one. But the overarching concept of it is space and alien life, and looking down on Earth at a stranger, that kind of thing. It's all cosmic, man. I shouldn't like it. It's a bit fey in places. It's a little bit, weak. But there's something because it was done in '82 and it kind of predates a lot of this neo prog albums I've been listening to. There's a delightful innocence to it because it's almost bridging. It's almost like it's bridging the old regular prog, from the 70s to this neo prog. They're kind of the bridge to it. Again, the pieces on it. I mean, it's what we call it. Even though it's 1, 2, 3, and 7 tracks. It's only about 35 minutes long. These are all kind of conjoined at the hip. They all flow into each other. It opens with delightful fanfare, which is only 42 seconds long, but it sounds like the band have recorded at half speed and then sped it up. It's all very good, but again, it's very, very genteel. But what you get, and what I liked about it, was you have all these lovely big chords, big chords, very Genesis-y kind of phrasing of the keyboards, but not in a Genesis kind of way, more in a Tony Banks kind of way. Where Tony Banks does his solo stuff, it's more that. And like I said, there's lots of good phrases in there, some really hooky synth work. Like on the B side, UFO, it almost sounds like. Well, I'm going to compare it to Yes. There's the singer. There's a phrasing that sounds like John Anderson, but it isn't. It isn't. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was a funny little record. A funny little record. It had heart. It seemed genuine, and it had this familiarity about it. It was like, but not in a way, not like I'm going to say it again, not like IQ, where you go, that sounds gay. It had a familiarity about it, but it almost sounded like it was old school prog. Yeah, but not so, Again, you know, they don't do anything that's going to frighten the horses. You've not, you know, they're not going to go off on one. It's fairly stable in what they do. But I just thought it was a great little record, and again, because it's so short, I thought that's what made it really cool. You know, normally these albums go on for bloody hours, don't they? I think you can listen to one. You could listen to this twice compared to one arena album or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of you are familiar with them. They've got a second album out called was it The Lorelei, and that's not as good because a lot of the band are, you know. And if you see them, God, if you see them on YouTube now, it's it's a bit overdone. Oh yeah, all the subtleties lost. Also, I mean, because what originally happened is I got this off of eMusic. eMusic is a subscription, legitimate subscription, digital music website, and so I downloaded it from there, and it sounded like a load of old arse. Yeah, and then I went to iTunes and I found a copy on there, but I didn't buy it. I just listened to the previews, and that sounded like a load of old arse too. And so I managed to track down this vinyl, and this sounded a lot better. Because what they've done on the digital version is they've done a dub off of the record and I don't know, done noise reduction on it, and it sounded like cardboard. It just sounded awful. Whereas I made a dub of this and put it through my Magic Sparkly software and boosted the EQ and everything, and my remastered version sounds vastly superior, even better than the vinyl. So yeah, I don't know what to recommend. If you want to get a copy, get the vinyl. But if Quasar, if you're out there, if you're watching this, and you've got the master tapes, give them to me because I won't mind remixing this for you. You know, like poor man Stephen Wilson. You know, I'll do it for a fiver, yeah. I'd love to get my hands on this. I'd love to do a 5.1 mix of it because I think it'd be, especially with all the synthesizers. There's some, like I said, there's some really rich synth on here, and I'm not a big fan of synthesizer driven albums. There is a distinct lack of guitar on this, but you know, I thought it was yeah, very old school, you know. So that's it, we're at the end, it's all over. So when it comes to a rating, right, I'm going to give this 4 UFOs out of 5. That's 4 UFOs out of 5. Because I thought, you know, it's not going to score 5 because it's not that good. You know, I just really I enjoyed it. What I liked is I actually got, look, this is a photocopied lyric sheet that they did. You know, and we should all write to their record company. Q Records, 60 Bowsprit Point, West Ferry Road, London, E14, ANU, England. E14. Now I'm an E10 boy, so they're not that far from me, are they? So just down the road from me, E14. That's not that's Stratford way. I don't know. No. Walthamstow's E17, so I don't know where E14 would be. I digress. So yeah, I mean, do check them out. It's kind of I think it's a lost classic. I think you'll all enjoy this. Seriously, I like to think you'd enjoy it. And it brings me to the end of this wonderful neo prog odyssey. I feel like brave Odysseus. I really do. Come for his Penelope. Next record up is about space too. Yes, it's about the race for space, and it's got you're all going to go, this isn't prog, but you know what? I don't care. It's a concept album, and that gets it through the door. And so we're going to dovetail them in. It was out this week actually, and I'll be doing that next. So anyway, my name is Darren Locke. I've been talking about Quasar. Get the aftershave and smell like me. Quasar, Fire in the Sky. Try and get the vinyl because the MP3 digital version sounds like bum. Like I said, unless you want to Unless I should release my version into the wild and then get caught. I don't think that's a good idea. But yeah, so that's it. It's done. We're done. We're done, and we will never talk about this ever again. Okay, we promise. We'll never talk about this neo-prog thing ever again. Okay. Good. Right. Only one more thing to say then. Prog on.